The Princess and the Forest of Talking Flowers. Once upon a time, in the grand kingdom of Eldoria, there lived a princess named Evella. She was unlike any other royal. While most admired jewels and feasts, she cherished nature, spending hours in the royal gardens, whispering to the roses and listening to the wind rustling through the willow trees. Her heart longed for adventure beyond the castle walls, beyond the known paths, into the depths of the enchanted forests surrounding her kingdom. One golden morning, a tiny bluebird fluttered to her balcony, carrying an unusual petal in its beak. The petal shimmered in the sunlight, displaying hues of pink and violet that shifted like liquid magic. Evella reached out, and the moment she touched it, she heard a faint whisper, as if the petal itself was speaking. Her heart pounded with excitement. Could there be flowers that spoke? Determined to unravel the mystery, she donned a simple cloak and rode deep into the forest on her white steed, Astrid. The path was unfamiliar, winding through towering trees draped in vines. The deeper she ventured, the more the air smelled of honey and wild berries, and the light took on a dreamy golden glow. Suddenly, a soft giggle echoed through the woods. Evella halted Astrid, scanning the area. "Who's there?" she called, but only the trees swayed in response. As she stepped down from her horse, her foot landed on a carpet of blossoms unlike any she had ever seen. The flowers had luminous petals, each shaped uniquely, some like tiny trumpets, others like delicate butterflies. Then, to her astonishment, one of the flowers yawned, stretched its petals, and blinked. "Oh, a visitor," chirped a sunflower with large golden eyes. "And a princess, no less," Evella gasped, taking a step back. You can talk?" "Of course, dear," said a lilac bush, its tiny blossoms bobbing like excited children. "Not many humans find their way here." "Where am I?" Evella asked, kneeling to get a closer look. "You've found the forest of talking flowers," answered a regal-looking rose with deep crimson petals. "A place hidden from the world, known only to those with the purest love for nature?" Evella's eyes sparkled. "This is incredible, but how did I never hear of this before?" The flowers exchanged knowing glances before a daisy with a tiny voice spoke up. "Because humans stopped listening, dear princess. They once spoke with us, cared for us, understood the language of the earth, but as castles grew taller and cities grew wider, they forgot. Only a heart like yours could find us again." Her heart swelled with both joy and sorrow. The thought of losing such magic to time saddened her. She reached out and touched a violet, feeling its soft petals warm against her fingertips. "Then, I promise, I will never forget." The flowers beamed, and suddenly, the forest around her came to life. Trees whispered secrets through rustling leaves, vines curled playfully around her wrist, and mushrooms glowed softly like tiny lanterns. The air shimmered as if the forest had just awakened from a deep slumber. But not all was well in the enchanted land. A sorrowful sigh drifted from a patch of wilted lilies nearby. Evella turned toward them, her heart aching at their drooping forms. "What's wrong?" she asked gently. The rose spoke again, her voice heavy with worry.
"Our guardian, the ancient oak, is fading."
His roots were once strong, but a dark magic is spreading through the forest. If he falls, so will we. Evella felt a chill run through her. Is there nothing that can be done? The only cure is the dew of the moonflower, which blooms once every 100 years atop the cliffs of Eldoria, said a jasmine vine, its voice like a whisper in the wind. But no one has ever reached it in time. A determined fire lit up Evella's eyes. "Then I will." The flowers gasped. "But the journey is dangerous," warned the daisy. "The cliffs are guarded by the shadows of the hollow night." "I will not let fear stop me," she said firmly. "If there's a chance to save your world, I must try." The flowers nodded solemnly and gifted her a guiding petal, a silver blossom that would glow brighter as she neared her destination. She mounted Astrid once more and set off, riding past golden fields and rivers that gleamed under the sun. As dusk fell, the cliffs loomed ahead, jagged and covered in mist. Evella dismounted and began the climb, each step testing her strength. Shadows slithered around her, whispering doubts and fears into her ears. "You'll fail," they hissed. "Turn back." But she pressed on, holding the silver petal close to her heart. The higher she climbed, the stronger its glow became, illuminating the darkness. Finally, she reached the top, where a single moonflower stood, its petals glowing with celestial light. With trembling hands, she gathered its dew into a small vial. Just as the shadows lunged at her, the first rays of dawn broke over the horizon, scattering them into nothingness. Victorious, she descended quickly and rode back to the enchanted forest. As she reached the ancient oak, she gently poured the dew over its roots. The effect was immediate. Golden light surged through the ground, spreading like veins of fire. Leaves unfurled, blossoms brightened, and the forest breathed once more. A deep, rumbling voice echoed as the ancient oak spoke, his voice like the earth itself. "You have saved us, Princess Evella. The bond between humans and nature is restored." The flowers cheered, showering her with petals of gratitude. Evella smiled, feeling the warmth of the forest embrace her. She knew she could never stay, but she promised to return and to teach others to listen, to care, to remember. As she rode back to her kingdom, the air around her shimmered with unseen magic. The wind carried the whispers of the flowers, ensuring that their voices would never be forgotten again. And from that day forward, the Forest of Talking Flowers remained a secret no more, for every child who heard the tale knew that if they truly listened, the flowers might just speak to them too.